Okay, so here we go. Going into mana turn 7 now. It's important to remember. Mana turn 7, if you are Tamagotchi, you are super worried about snipers, signature cards. 7 mana, deal 10 piercing damage to any creature or creep or hero in any lane. That's why you have to have your heroes above 10. And Tamagotchi does not have the initiative. If he had the initiative, he probably with Chain Frost he could snipe the sniper, but he doesn't have, and this is why initiative is the key, is one of the most important part of late game artifact, and you really sometimes you would even have to pass 2 lanes just to keep initiative in 1 lane, because it can just turn a game completely around. Here sniper can snipe anyone from the 3rd lane, which he probably won't because the 3rd lane is already lost, but he can definitely snipe snipe the hero in mid lane. Actually, it's an interesting question whether if he had or if he draws snipe, what would he be sniping down, if anything. And he didn't draw. Snipe, and he can actually deny the Chain Frost by playing Tyler Estate right here, right now, which is super important to do. I think the one of the most important things is always take into consideration the opponent's heroes and their signature cards, and you have to memorize them and know that Chain Frost is a 7 mana card that can usually destroy you. So if you can deny that 7 mana by playing Tyler Estate here, you are in a hugely advantageous position. Or you can intimidate it away too, but yeah, playing Tyler Estate is definitely better here. Completely shutting out any black play, and this is why Splash is very risky. And yeah, he decides to redeploy Sniper. He needs the damage elsewhere, and he doesn't have Snipe, so I couldn't blame him. So the first tower is down. Tamagotchi 1 foot out of this game. He heals Timbersaw, and Timbersaw gets intimidated away. It doesn't really matter which lane, I would say, because the 1st lane already lost, the 3rd lane already won, so it doesn't matter where it goes. It's really bad. And Jasper Daggers, so is this... Yeah, this is after the patch, because you got purge your opponent's effect from equipped hero. It's what that was modified with Jasper Dagger, and also its cost was reduced from 7 to 5. So actually Jasper Dagger taking down Mercenary Exile is super important. And also here, I mean, Tamagotchi had no option but to use his cannon for doing I mean, he did 2 damage to a hero, which brought it down to 10 HP from 12. I'm not sure that it was necessary at all. And since they are playing tournament, he had the card list of his opponents, so he could probably have anticipated something coming down. For example, an untested ground that he can just kill in 1 turn, or if something comes down with 4 health, he can kill in 2 turns. And I think it would have mattered more than doing 2 damage to the green hero here. So mid lane is getting cleared by JJ. 3rd lane is lost. Now the big problem here, and this is a pesky thing about draft, that the TP RNG, as they say. So if you don't get to buy a teleportation scroll because it's not offered to you, then you can get into serious trouble, because he has 3 heroes stuck in a lane that he already won, and it's super sad. This basically means you are playing 2v5 on the other 2 lanes, and you would have to defend 1 lane, and it's just basically impossible. I don't see. Here's the TP score coming way too late here, so I don't see any way out of this for Tamagotchi. It seems this game is sealed, but let's see it roll it out. I give him an extra turn, this one and maybe another one, and they will be over. Let's see. Yeah, he has only the option to change Frost here. It wouldn't even do anything. I mean, he would keep the initiative because Chain Frost gives you initiative. So he doesn't have initiative right now. If he plays it, he can take it back if he had any cards that he would want to play on the second lane. But the problem is he doesn't really have any that he needs priority for, because none of these cards do anything immediately in the second lane. Yeah, he ports out the Lich, trying to save the second lane in the next round, which he will have a chance actually. That Chain Frost, you see, it's once again I'm making too rush of announcements that the game is already over, which it definitely isn't. Anything, I mean, crazier things happened before. Two 6 creeps coming down, giving extra mana to the fight lane, because this is definitely the lane that everyone will fight for. Usually games come down to one lane, one player wins one, the other wins the other, and then they both decide on the third lane that they will fight for it super hard. Not always, of course, because you can go 80 damage on the second tower once you destroy the 40 HP tower, which is a distant possibility here on the third lane. But once again, it's a problem that this is the third lane and not the first lane, because you are basically one round behind of every other lane to your left, which is every other lane if you're fighting in a third lane. But definitely puts him on a 2 to 3 turn clock. JJ, it puts JJ on a 2 to 3 turn clock, but he's also putting his opponent on some kind of clock if he puts, for example, Debbie in the first lane. It's an interesting consideration. You put Debbie in, Debbie deals 9 damage at least to the tower. We see no... Oh, we don't see the creep spawns yet. Let's see the creep spawns. Yeah, we see no creep spawning. Yeah, Debbie going in the first lane is actually giving or putting a lot of pressure on Tamagotchi, because now he would have to somehow just do a lot of damage on the third lane, which he can't because 2 extra creeps are spawning there. And he would also have to destroy mid or first lane, and first lane is obviously not gonna happen. The middle lane is really well defended, so I like JJ's play here by putting Debbie on the first lane. And actually right now it's a 2 turn clock. Does he have any? He has no creatures to play, unfortunately. Only a healing salve, 2 no accidents, which is actually important that he has 2 no accidents, because if a melee creep comes in and starts blocking creeps, he can just get rid of it super easily. So this is a 3 turn clock, which means this tower will be destroyed in 3, now just 2 more rounds. We saw a grazing shot coming in from Debbie against Tamagotchi's creep, and here is the Chain Frost, and it will devastate everything. Yeah, 1 HP. When there's only 1 creep here, the Chain Frost cannot jump, so it's a common beginner mistake that you Chain Frost just 1 creature or 2 creatures. The first creature dies on the first jump of the of the spell, and then it stops because it has to jump somewhere. So you always have to take that into consideration, and we see significant damage coming down here. Lich consuming a creep to draw a card. It's usually a just thing to draw the card first and then play your actions, because you need to be aware of all your options. And we see here now the problem for Tamagotchi is that 3 heroes are coming in and he has a nothing in the first lane. JJ will just put down all 3 heroes in the first lane and win the game, especially with no creep spawns. Yeah, this is a GG game round 1, and we'll head into game round 2 after passing. And he could actually acquire, he only could acquire 2 extra damage, so actually if a creep had spawned, he could have easily stopped with 2 no accidents and snipers attacks. So that's it. JJ Pashak takes game round 1 on the red side. And we are done with this test. Even if I don't make the cut, I would love to hear some feedback, so I'll upload this video. It will be long. Cheers!